Hello everyone, this is part 12 of What If Naruto Had Ino Cheer Him Up, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Shikamaru let Ino go and led her over to the bench he had been sitting on. What happened? How did it go? Ino wiped the tears out of her eyes once more. Naruto was busy. Busy. Shikamaru repeated. Yeah, I went up to the Hokage monument to see him. Only he wasn't alone. He was with Sakura and they were kissing. Shikamaru nodded his head. Naturally he saw why this had made Ino so upset. Troublesome. He muttered. I can't really be surprised, you know. He's liked Sakura for what, years now? I don't know why I expected him to get over it. The black-haired male grew silent. He really wanted to say something to make his friend feel better. Ino leaned into his chest further. Shikamaru sat there with his arm wrapped around her. It was the only thing he could think of to do at a time like this. I'm such an idiot, Ino muttered. You're not Ino. I really am. I should have already anticipated something like this happening. I just thought that with everything that we've been through, I meant something to him. I wanted to believe he would choose me over her. Talk about naive. Shikamaru decided that he would just let Ino vent out all of her frustrations. He didn't want to interrupt her when she clearly needed to get all of her emotions off her chest. Once he was sure that she was done, the dark-haired male spoke. Ino, are you sure that they were kissing? Maybe you misunderstood. Ino became silent. She wasn't altogether sure what she had seen. It had only looked like they were kissing. It was either that or they had just kissed before she arrived. The only thing she knew was that she didn't want to think about it. Also, she wasn't about to let Shikamaru know that she might have seen it wrong. I didn't misunderstand anything. I'm sure I was interrupting something when I got up to the Hokage monument. All I can see is him holding her. I just want to get it out of my head. I want more than anything for it to go away. The platinum blonde told her friend honestly. Back at the Hokage monument, Sakura and Naruto slowly pulled away from their hug. They stared at each other before Sakura turned away. Naruto started. The green-eyed teen turned back to look at her whisker-faced friend. I just really had to get that off my chest. It was bothering me for a while. It's okay, Sakura-chan. I had a lot of time to think, Naruto. That's pretty much all I've been doing. I want you to know that no matter what, we'll always be friends. Yeah. He nodded. Of course we will. Naruto could see there was something bothering else on the medic nin's mind. It was now his turn to find out what she was thinking. Sakura-chan, is there something else that you wanted to talk about? The young woman grew silent. Naruto smiled a little. I guess it's her turn to get all quiet now. Naruto thought. Naruto, I have to ask this. I won't be able to let this go unless I ask you. Okay. He nodded. You can ask whatever you want, Sakura-chan, you know that. This is probably really silly. She was hesitant. Tell me. He encouraged her. Sakura nodded. She took a breath to gather up all of her thoughts. She turned to face the whisker-faced male. Naruto, that crush you had on me. It's gone, right? Or do you think it might still be there? The blonde male couldn't say he was surprised that she had asked that question. For a very long time he did indeed have feelings for the pink-haired girl. She had been the object of his affections for most of his life. Sakura-chan, you were my first real crush and I will always remember it. I guess for a while I wasn't sure if I still liked you that way, but now I really don't think it's there anymore. Ino. He started. Sakura smiled as he mentioned the platinum blonde. She wasn't stupid, she could see where his mind really was. I guess these feelings I have for Ino-chan are different from the ones I had for you. I feel different when I'm around her. Sakura-chan, even though those other feelings I used to have for you are no longer there. I do care about you and I always will. Sounds like you're in love, Naruto. She thought to herself. Thanks, Naruto, I really needed to hear that. For a while I was very confused about my true feelings for you. I wondered if there was possibly something more, or if we were just really good friends. What did you come up with? Naruto wondered. Sakura then gave him a warm, bright smile. Naruto, we have been through a lot together. You're my best friend, who I trust more than anything. I think, no. She paused. I know that's all we'll ever be to each other and I'm fine with that. I want you to be happy and it's obvious to me Ino's is the one who makes you happy. So you know what you have to do now, right? Naruto nodded. He had to go find Ino and tell her his true feelings. He needed to make her understand that she was the one he wanted to be with. Yeah, I know. I just have to make her understand this time. Go for it, Naruto, you won't know until you try. Okay. He smiled. There was a bright glint of determination in his cerulean eyes. You're right, Sakura-chan. I better go find Ino, I'll see you around. All right. She nodded. Let me know how things turn out. I'm rooting for you, Naruto. Oh. And try not to plan the wedding too soon, okay, Naruto? She laughed. Okay, whatever. He laughed as well. Bye, Sakura-chan. He waved and made his way to Ino's house. Naruto raced down the Hokage monument at full speed. There was really no time to waste. He couldn't let another minute go by without talking to the platinum blonde. He soon found himself outside of the Yamanaka household. He reached into his pocket, taking out the butterfly-shaped end lace he wanted to give her. He would give this to her today and tell her how he truly felt. The young man took a deep breath. He was soon greeted by her mother. Good afternoon, Mrs. Yamanaka. She hadn't really been expecting to see him, but that didn't mean she wasn't glad to see the young man standing there. Hello, Naruto-kun. She smiled. It's nice to see you. It's been a while. I was beginning to think you were getting sick of us. She teased gently. Naruto laughed and ran his fingers through his hair. No, not at all. Is Ino-chan home? No, I'm afraid she isn't. It was such a nice day that I made her go out so she could enjoy it. Why don't you come in so you can wait for her? Sure. He nodded. The blonde boy sat down on the couch, while Mrs. Yamanaka came back out with some tea and dango for the two of them. There was no reason why she couldn't be a good hostess. I am very glad you stopped by, Naruto-kun. Ino has been pretty quiet these last few days without you around. I think she missed you. If she missed me so much, why didn't she come to see me or something? He wondered. The older woman sat down in the armchair across from the couch. I'm guessing you two have been avoiding each other these past few days. Not really, Mrs. Yamanaka. I mean, he paused. I think that she's been avoiding me. I think things started to change after we. He paused again. Naruto wasn't sure whether or not Mrs. Yamanaka knew about the kiss, and he doubted if she even be having this conversation with Ino's mother. Mrs. Yamanaka chuckled lightly. It's all right, Naruto. Ino already told me about the kiss. Oh, he whispered. So, you're not going to scream at me or hit me for kissing your daughter, are you? Naruto asked in a somewhat nervous manner. She only gave the young man a warm smile. Don't worry, Naruto-kun. I'm not going to yell at you for kissing Ino-chan. You must really like her. Naruto only nodded. It wasn't like he wanted to keep his feelings for the blue-eyed girl a secret. She likes you too, Naruto-kun. All I can tell you is don't give up on her. She can be a bit stubborn, but if you truly like her, then I think it's worth fighting for. Ino sat up and stopped leaning on her friend. Thank you for listening to me, Shika. I really needed someone to talk to. It's no problem, Ino, so what are you going to do now? Nothing, she answered. I'll probably congratulate the new couple. I'll wish them nothing but the best, although I'll be lying the whole time. Shikamaru had anticipated this sort of response from her. He knew the platinum blonde too well. He didn't agree with the way she was going to approach the situation. He felt that the best thing for her to do was talk to Naruto face to face. It was better to confront the situation head on. Ino, I think that you need to talk to Naruto. I don't want to talk to him. Besides, he's probably still sucking the life out of Sakura. I probably couldn't break those two apart even if I tried. Ino spoke bitterly. Do me a favor and go talk to him. Don't let the situation spiral further out of control. The least that you can do is tell him everything you told me. The blue-eyed female turned to face the lazy genius. Shika, she whispered. Yeah. He street USD her facial expression and the far-off look in her eyes. She slowly put her hand to his cheek. His stoic expression didn't change, not once. Ino. She leaned forward, preparing to press her lips to his. But before she could, Shikamaru stopped her by putting his finger to her lips. What? She questioned. What are you doing? I'm stopping you before you make a stupid mistake. It's what friends do. Shikamaru said simply. What are you saying? How would my kissing you be a mistake? Shikamaru stared down into those aqua-colored orbs. He knew that deep down she knew the answer to that question. She just needed someone else to say it for her. You were only going to kiss me to forget about what happened with Naruto. You wanted to make him feel the same jealousy and hurt that you feel. Ino, I won't let you do something stupid, and I won't let you use me that way. Ino nodded. She knew Shikamaru was right. It wouldn't have been fair to drag him into this mess. Her situation with Naruto already had a lot going on as it was. She didn't need to drag him into this any further. You're right, she spoke. Besides, we both know you didn't really want to kiss me. Naruto is the one you want, right? Yeah. She nodded. He is, she admitted. Then what are you doing still hanging around with me? Go on and talk to him, maybe you will get an explanation. What can he possibly say to me? Just hear him out, Ino, get going. Or, she pouted. You're no help at all, you know that. Goodbye, Ino. He gave her a small smile. Bye. Thanks for nothing, you lazy jerk. She teased him. The platinum blonde stuck her tongue out at her friend before walking away. Shikamaru watched until she was gone from sight. Good luck, Ino, he whispered. Naruto now sat alone in the Yamanaka household. Mrs. Yamanaka had to attend to the shop and Inoiki was nowhere to be found. The young man found himself growing increasingly more nervous. What if Ino didn't want to hear what he had to say? Or worse, what if she did listen but decided to reject him anyway? What if he didn't stand a chance with the beautiful Kunoichi? He had been rejected by Sakura more times than he'd like to think about. He didn't want to have history repeat itself. Naruto wanted to make Thin's thing work with Ino. He smiled to himself as he thought of everything the two of them had been through together. One moment that stuck in his mind was when he had told her about the Kyuubi, the way she had cried for him, the way that she had held him in her arms. It was a moment that he would never forget. It was a sort of special moment shared between the two of them. Who would have ever thought that Uzumaki Naruto would end up falling for Yamanaka Ino of all people? If someone would have told him all those months ago that he would have feelings for the blue-eyed girl, he would have probably laughed. Nothing would have seemed more absurd. You know, now the idea of Ino-chan and me doesn't seem crazy at all. He didn't think it was crazy anymore. Spending so much time with her made him realize this. Now the only thing he wanted to do was make it official. He wanted to end their charade. The time for games was over. I hope that Ino-chan wants the same thing I want. He shoved his hands into his pockets in a somewhat nervous manner. He didn't know why he was even feeling so nervous. He had spent a lot of time with Ino. They had become good friends in the midst of their plan. Naruto knew he had to have the platinum blonde in his life somehow, some way or another. He turned around when he heard the front door open. He saw Ino standing there. She looked surprised to see him. More importantly, her eyes looked red. She looked as if she had been crying. Ino blinked to make sure she saw Naruto really here in her house. What the hell was he doing here? She really didn't want to see him at his moment. Naruto, she questioned. Yeah, hey Ino-chan. What are you doing here? The blonde male sent her his familiar smile. Ino didn't want to admit it, but a part of her was happy to see him. A part of her wanted to hug him, while the other part of her wanted to scream at him to go away. I'm here to see you, Ino-chan. I wanted to talk to you. Well, I don't want to talk to you. She told him. Huh, you heard me, I don't want to talk to you. So you can see yourself out. Ino started for the stairs so that she could go up to her room. Naruto stared at her with a confused look on his face. Ino-chan, what's wrong? Nothing, just leave. Wait. He reached for her arm, causing her to stop. She flinched at his touch. Let go of me. Will you at least tell me what's going on? Have you been crying? He asked, trying to push her bang out of her face. Ino pushed his hand out of the way. She turned around. He immediately noticed how red her eyes were. She had indeed been crying. What happened? Why were you crying? I was not crying, Barker. She lied. Now if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you left. Naruto didn't understand why she was being so hostile towards him. They hadn't left things on that bad a note the last time they had seen each other. I can't leave just yet, Ino-chan, not until I talk with you. The platinum blonde sighed. Naruto wasn't going to go away until he said his piece. Alright, say what you have to say and then get out. Ino-chan, why are you so angry? What happened? It's nothing, don't worry about it. I'm sure that you have better things to do than waste your time here. So get to the point. Naruto realized that no matter how much he asked, Ino was not going to tell him anything. He was worried about this, because if there was something he could do to make it better, he wanted to do it. Ino sat down with her arms folded, head seat to the side so she wasn't facing him. Naruto could feel the tension in the room. It gave him an uneasy feeling. Ino, I've been thinking about you for the last few days. He started. Liar, she muttered. What? Naruto asked. I didn't say anything, please continue with what you have to say. Yeah, he nodded. So, I really couldn't think of anything besides you and our kiss. You left so fast the other day we didn't really get a chance to talk. I think we've said all we had to say. The blue-eyed girl seemed completely focused on her nails. Naruto noticed he wasn't receiving any eye contact from her whatsoever. It was starting to annoy him. He wanted her to give him some sort of attention. This was important. I don't think so, Ino-chan. We didn't really talk much. I wanted you to know I really did want the kiss. Ino wanted to believe in his words. He wasn't one to lie, but right now all she was him being with Sakura. It was the only thing she could see. Her mind wouldn't allow her to think of anything else. I thought I told you we should forget it happened. I know what you said, Ino, but come on, can you really forget about it? Can you honestly tell me that you don't still think about it? I know I do. Naruto, she whispered. We have to be honest, Ino-chan. You wanted our kiss as much as I did, am I right or not? Naruto, what does it matter, it's over and done with. Ino, I think you've said all you have to say, goodbye Naruto. She prepared to leave. He knew he had to stop her. He put his hand to her arm and turned her around so they were looking at each other. Ino, don't leave. Naruto, I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear anything you have to say. So why don't you? Naruto sighed before grabbing her and pulling her towards him. Ino simply wasn't getting it. He leaned down, capturing her lips in a soft kiss. Ino tensed up at the feel of his kiss. She tried to fight it, only struggling against him. I need to fight this. Only she soon found herself giving in and returning his kiss. And just for a second she allowed herself to forget what she had seen with Sakura. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt. Mrs. Yamanaka spoke. At the sound of her mother's voice, Ino pulled away from him. You've got some nerve. Mom, make sure Uzumaki-san sees himself out, bye. But, he started. Bye. Ino repeated as she started for the stairs. Ino flinched when he heard the door slam shut. Mrs. Yamanaka smiled apologetically. Forgive her for her behavior. She's only lashing out like this because she's upset about something. Yeah, I know, I can tell. She won't tell me what's wrong. I'll go talk to her, okay Naruto-kun, wait here, okay? Naruto nodded, deciding to just listen to the older blonde-haired woman. He was sure that she knew how to handle the situation. Mrs. Yamanaka ascended the stairs to her daughter's room. The blonde-haired woman knocked on the door. Go away. Ino-chan, it's Mom. I'm coming in all right. She opened the door to see her daughter laying on her bed with her arms around her pillow. Mrs. Yamanaka sat down on the bed beside her daughter. Ino, yeah, what's the matter dear? It looked like you and Naruto-kun were getting things on track. I don't want to talk about that idiot. Ino's mother rubbed her daughter's shoulder in an effort to calm her down. What happened? He's got some nerve, Mom. How dare he kiss me after what he did? What did he do? Ino then went into details about what she had seen on top of the Hokage monument. Her mother had never seen her get this upset over a boy, not even when she had that childhood crush on the Uchiha. Then again, Naruto was more than just some boy. He was important to her daughter, she could tell. Now do you see why I don't want to talk to him? Naruto-kun must be very important to you for you to be this upset. Ino raised an eyebrow to her mother. She put on her what the F face. Don't look at me that way, Ino-chan. I've never seen you get this upset over a boy. Now are you and Naruto-kun dating? What does that have to do with anything? Ino asked. Is he your boyfriend or not? Ino pouted, lip quivering and everything. So he wasn't truly her boyfriend. According to her, she had a right to feel betrayed. No, she mumbled. What was that, dear? No. Ino spoke louder. No, he's not my boyfriend. Then you really have no reason to be upset with him. It's not like he betrayed you. And for the record, you aren't even sure what you saw. You could very well be wrong, dear. Did you ever stop to consider that possibility? You should have seen the way he was with her. It feels like he betrayed me. Then he must be truly important to you. I think you need to go downstairs so that you can talk to him. And don't have a childish fit, talk to him like the young adult you are. Ino turned away from her mother. She was only trying to give her some good advice, like any mother would give the child. At this time though, Ino didn't want to hear it. Mom, please tell him to leave. I don't want to talk to him. Mrs. Yamanaka sighed to herself. She could see the situation would only get worse if Ino chose to ignore him. But she couldn't force her daughter to do something she didn't want to do. Alright Ino-chan, I'll tell him to go. You know you're not helping the situation if you keep ignoring him. Sooner or later you will have to talk to him. I will respect your wishes though. Ino's mother returned downstairs to see Naruto standing with his hands in his pockets. He immediately noticed the apologetic look on her face. She won't come down, huh? He smiled. No, I'm sorry Naruto-kun. Well, I guess better go up there after her then, huh? She wanted me to ask you to go. But, please don't stop on my account. She smiled back. Naruto nodded then ran up the stairs. He knocked on one of the doors. Mom, please go away. I want to be alone. Naruto only opened the door to see the platinum blonde laying there staring into space. Ino-chan, he whispered. Ino paused when she heard Naruto's voice. She could have sworn she had told her mother to ask him to leave. Why was he still here? She sat up and turned to face him. Naruto, what are you doing here? You didn't want to come back down, so I came up here to you. So are you going to invite me into your room? So can we talk or what? You won't leave unless I let you come in here, right? Nope. He smiled. I'm not letting you off so easily this time, Ino-chan. A sigh escaped the blue-eyed female. Alright, come in. Naruto entered the room. It was the first time he had ever been in her room. He took notice to her purple blankets, sheets, and pillows. It seemed as if he had stepped into a wonderland of purple. Geez, and I thought I liked orange. She has me beat hands down. On the table next to her bed was a stuffed pig that also happened to be purple. Naruto mumbled. It was a birthday gift from Shika, Chuji, and Asuma-sensei. She shrugged. It was supposed to be a joke. There was also a photo of the former Team 10 on the table. You miss him, huh? He pointed to Asuma. Yes, of course I do, but you aren't here to talk about Asuma-sensei. What else did you want, Naruto? You mean besides you? He thought. I can't just let things end this way, Ino-chan. It doesn't feel right. What if I want you to go? You would have to respect my wishes then, right? Naruto was leaned up against her wall. He stared at her with a serious expression on his face. If I believed you really wanted me to go, then yeah, I guess I would have to respect your wishes. But you don't want me to leave, right, Ino-chan? The platinum blonde avoided his gaze. I think I've made it very clear that I want you to go. Liar. He spoke. I had no idea you've taken to lying now, Ino-chan. Ino sighed to herself. She couldn't help but wonder just when this whole thing was going to come to an end. Naruto. She started. The whisker-faced male sat down on her bed across from her. Look me in my eyes and tell me you want to go. Ino slowly looked up to meet his gaze. Go away, she said in the firmest tone she could muster. Naruto gently placed his hand to her cheek. Ino did nothing to stop him. She didn't even bother to push his hand away. Will you at least tell me why you were so angry before? He asked. Why do you think? He frowned slightly. If I knew that, then I wouldn't be sitting here asking you, would I? Well, I didn't ask you to come over here and bother me. Why are you being so difficult? Because I told you I want you to go. If anyone is being difficult, it's you, Naruto. The blue-eyed male saw the conversation was starting to head towards a full-blown argument. He didn't come here to fight with her. Naruto realized he had to be the rational one right now. He placed his hands to her shoulders. Ino-chan, talk to me. I need to know why you are so upset. You were crying earlier, what happened? I want to help you. The platinum blonde slowly pushed his hands off of her shoulders. There was anger written all over her pretty features. You want to help me, then leave. I want you to go away. She then pushed him off of her bed. Ino-chan, he questioned. Go away, Naruto. She got up from her bed and began pushing him to the door. Why don't you get it through your thick skull? I don't want to see you. And that was the last thing he heard before the door slammed shut in his face. He blinked. Ino-chan, what the hell? She didn't respond to him. Instead, all he heard was the sound of the bedroom door locking. He would not be getting into her room like this. Naruto allowed a sigh to escape him. He could see there was no getting through to her right now. Alright, have it your way for now, Ino-chan. The spiky-headed blonde placed his hand to the doorknob before walking away. He slowly walked down the stairs only to find that Mrs. Yamanaka was no longer there. Hey Mrs. Yamanaka, I'm leaving now, take care, okay? He called out as he let himself out of the front door. Oh, Naruto-kunai. She was coming from the kitchen, only it was too late, the front door had closed. Judging by the way he left and the fact that Ino did not come out of her room, things had obviously not gone well. Oh, Ino-chan, I hope you realize the mistake you're making before it's too late. Naruto walked back to his apartment in a somewhat depressed mood. What did he do that was so terrible to make her so angry with him? Nothing seemed to make sense anymore. If things were going to be this complicated, was a relationship with Ino really worth it? He began to wonder. Then he thought about their kiss and his feelings for her. He couldn't deny that he had strong feelings for her. There was no sense in denying it. Yeah, Ino-chan is worth it. Naruto began to think about it more. Why was he willing to fight so hard for her? Were his feelings for her deeper than he first realized? It had to be for him to not want to give up on her so soon. She was special to him, he knew that much. And truthfully, now that he had spent so much time with the blue-eyed girl, he couldn't really imagine life without her. He wanted her in his life some way or another, preferably as his girlfriend. Am I in love with Ino-chan? He came to one conclusion: the answer had to be yes. It was the only kind of answer he could come up with. It was the only one that seemed to make any kind of sense. Hey Naruto. She turned around to see Sakura coming up to him. She obviously wanted to know how everything had turned out. Hi, Sakura-chan. Hey, so can I congratulate the new couple for real this time? You guys are an item now, aren't you? When is the wedding? She gently teased. Naruto didn't respond to her. The smile from her face started to fade. There was something wrong. Naruto, you can't congratulate anyone, Sakura-chan. Ino-chan and I aren't together. You're not. No, she didn't really want to listen to what I had to say. So we're not together, he said in a sad tone. I don't know what to do right now. Sakura walked over to her best friend. She saw that he was upset. The pink-haired teen wrapped her arms around him. It'll be okay, Naruto. Yeah, he whispered. She pulled away from their hug and gave him a brave smile. You'll figure it out, Naruto, you always find a way. Thanks, Sakura-chan. The blonde male stood there staring into space. Sakura wished that there was something she could say to make him feel better. She had to be able to do something for him. Are you going to be okay? She wondered. Yeah, I'll be fine. All right, she nodded. Well, if you need to talk or anything, you know I'm around. Thanks a lot, Sakura-chan, I appreciate it, bye. Bye. The green-eyed teen continued on her way home. She really hoped that things would have worked out for the two of them. She didn't understand why Ino was being so stubborn. She must have had her reasons. Sakura felt the need to get down to the bottom of things. She needed to help Naruto in any way that she could. It was the least she could do. He was after all her very best friend, and he had always been a sort of support system for her. I'll get down to the bottom of things, Naruto, I promise. She whispered to no one. Look out, Konoha, Haruno Sakura is on the job. Shanaro, she shouted while thrusting her fist into the air. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.